Alrighty lads, the season 2 finale is finally here. We've been promised so much for this episode. It's gonna have Octavia in it, maybe flesh out Stella's character arc, definitely not make Andrealphus into a goober tier Eggman villain, and it will absolutely end in a way that isn't complete nonsense and totally won't ruin Octavia's character over a misunderstanding arc they've already done 5 episodes ago. God, I hope I'm not hinting at anything. So let's start this episode off with the most important feature, the thumbnail. This sums up what we are to expect in the video after all, and teases everything about what's actually going to happen. So I'm sure we're going to get some lovely artwork of Octavia and Stella maybe facing off against Stolas and Blitz or something. You know, something representing what they promised us in any way, shape or form. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. Where's the owl, William? Why is Octavia not on the fucking box art? Where is Stella? I'm pretty sure she's important for all of this. The entire episode is supposed to be about how evil stepmother keeps small bird away from daddy. So how exactly did you forget to put them both on the front page? I swear to Jesus, if this episode ends up being more about Blitz and Stolas than Octavia and Stella, I'm gonna flip my fucking lid. Especially if Blitz gets, I don't know, 17 times the screen time of Octavia in the episode that was about Octavia. Okay, so the thumbnail's complete nonsense. I'll just assume the artwork team had some sort of meltdown. That's fine, happens all the time, I think. What's equally as important as the thumbnail is the first scene. It sets the tone and is the catalyst for the rest of the episode. So I'm thinking maybe a nice flashback to what made Stolas and Stella really fall out with each other. Maybe Octavia witnesses it and we actually get to see like a nice side of Stella when she actually tries to console her daughter. I don't know, something positive for any of them. Look, I know I'm probably asking too much for Vivziepop's writing. As long as the episode doesn't immediately start with 7 straight minutes of Stolas shipping, I think I'll be fine. God damn it! Woman, stop doing this! Unless it was Brandon, in which case, Brandon, stop doing this. Also, thanks for watching, man. I really appreciate it. This is actually real, and he did watch and comment on at least one of my videos, and I have no idea what to do with myself. Why is the episode that you promised would be about Octavia and the Owl family starting with the Blitzo thing again? He's making Stolas fucking pancakes. I don't care if Stolas doesn't like eating eggs. I want to watch the show where the jokes are funny. So season 1, basically. Speaking of jokes, we finally catch up with Stella after 7 minutes of this shit, and we get this amazing joke that plays out like 3 times during the whole episode. Also, it is all that Stella does in this episode, so I hope it's good.
That's hilarious.
Who are you writing this for? I would bet significant amount of money that nobody in the audience ruffled at this, not even once. And there is no way you wouldn't have known that because you wrote this episode years ago. Wow, this show used to be pretty good, eh? Look, if you're gonna make Andrealphus into a joke for no reason, then be my absolute guest. The dude didn't even really exist properly until last episode where he requested Stolas gets banned for breaking the no fursuit rule. But why in God's name would you involve Stella in this? It's all she does all episode. The finale doesn't even have her present. She fucking dies off screen of alcohol poisoning. And then Octavia suffers cognitive brain death and the script fucking shits itself. I'm getting ahead of myself. What I do find funny is that Moxie literally shoots Millie out of an entire scene with a rocket launcher because she can't be in the script anymore. We're not allowed to write women here. Also, her only arc in this episode is getting mad at Moxie for no reason and being in the wrong about it because, oh my god, guys, aren't women just terrible? If a white man wrote women the way you write men, he'd be dragged into the town square and publicly beheaded town of Salem style. But because you're aware and it's fine, you can be all the sexes and that's cool, we like that here. Oh wait, no we don't. Nobody does. Ignoring the double standards, the gods of script writing gave Octavia a song, and oh my god, her voice is fantastic. How could I possibly have predicted this? And the song even hits home because it's about something that we all relate to and something that's actually real. How did this take 2 seasons to happen? Stop singing about how your boyfriend dumped you. Your daughter's literally going through trauma and it's all your fault. Well, kind of. We like Octavia here. The ending isn't her fault. It's the dipshit script writers drinking 17 clown potions and forgetting what human emotions are again. So look, ignoring the fluff with Stolas and the Goober Gang doing, actually I'm not sure what they're doing, shooting someone I think. Lamal, Loona got no voice lines again. XD. The only important piece remaining is the ending, and it is shocking. Basically, Stolas punches Iceman and then he becomes a bird and the Blitz Brigade shoot him to death because birds don't guns. What? Can't you only damage these people with, like, holy weapons? Maybe they had some of those. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I'd passed out at this point. The important thing is that Iceman falls over and Stolas tries to make up with Octavia. However, she says this.
You never loved Mother, and you don't love me. You love him.
You've chosen Blitz over me, which yes, but technically no. If you gave him 2 seconds to explain, you'd understand everything. Nope, she's run off. Because if tension isn't artificially generated, what the fuck's the point? Literal baby writing. And Stolas and Blitz go home and fall in love again, and I'm going to vomit all over my microphone. Raise your hand if you predicted this storyline word for fucking word 5 goddamn years ago. It is so horrendously obvious that this was going to happen exactly like it happened, and why the fuck can you not write for anything? How in the shit did you turn an episode about Stolas and Octavia defeating their abusive mother/wife into an episode that starts with, is about, and end purely on fucking Stolitz again? God damn every single human who had a hand in writing this abomination. I've been through this before, Vivzie. You have a responsibility to not produce horse shit, because if little Timmy wants to make an animated show and looks to you for guidance, they're going to absorb shite. And it won't work for them because it shouldn't have worked for you, because when you don't write properly, you shouldn't succeed, but you did anyway because bullshit. That and season 1 was good. Everybody who bases their plans off what you did is going to have all of their dreams crushed because of your influence. And that is a huge problem for me. I know what being a creator is like. It's hard. And I won't have you fuck over my people because you're lazy. And I certainly won't have you destroy what otherwise could have been a fantastic creation because they accidentally chose you as their inspiration instead of a real fucking creator. Sorry, got a little passionate there. The point is, this episode was the Goetia episode. That's what you said, that's what you tweeted. Stop lying to me. If you don't want Octavia to side with her dad, fine. Write Stella manipulating her against him in a single fucking scene. Please. I don't know what this phone shit is. Stella steals Octavia's phone and somehow Octavia doesn't realize that Stella's being a bitch about it. What? What are you talking about? We have no idea what anyone in the Ice Palace is actually doing when they aren't making shit jokes or singing processed auto-tune. Why would you auto-tune Barrett Weed? Her voice is gorgeous. She sings in musicals. You know, the things you pretend to write. I am so genuinely upset at how this episode turned out. Go write some fanfics and link them in the comments. If Vivzie and Brandoon won't write us a proper ending, we'll do it ourselves. I bet that 90% of my audience are more talented than Vivzie's staff. I've seen the proof. You guys are awesome. Honestly, I think that's all I have. If I keep talking about this episode, I think my brain's gonna turn off. I was really hoping to visit Vio properly and not have her be a plot device, but come on now, we all know that wasn't happening. At the very least, I wanted Stella to do more than one thing. I wanted her to not be a joke, and she was a joke again. God, it's just so lazy and boring, and the jokes are shit, and the story's shit, and what the fuck is Moxie doing? There is more Millie in the episode than there is Stella, and Millie isn't even in it for most of it. Just it's all I can say about this episode. Brandon, if you wrote this and you're watching, hello. I relied on you. Your boss is AIDS. Look, I'm not surprised. I mean, I've been doing this for like months, but I am very upset. Oh well, I suppose I don't matter that much. But what do you guys think? You're the audience after all. Did some of you enjoy the episode? It has its moments, I suppose. Kinda. The animation's cool, same with the fight scene. You know, the one we get this fucking season. It's just really the writing that lets everyone down, which is a shame because that's important. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts in the comments, whether you like the episode or whether you absolutely don't. I think this whole season has made me rethink my stance on Stolas, so maybe I might revisit his character again, because honestly, this dude is significantly worse than I realized when I made that. So be on the lookout for that in the next 2 weeks or something, and pursue the playlist showing up in a moment if you're into these sorts of videos. I've done a fair few of them now. Good night, humans. I hope you had a nice Christmas and have an excellent start to 2025. I'll see you all soon.